the Flory Models special. Special as in, don't normally do one on Saturday, but we're setting up a few little bits and pieces here, and I wanted to also explain yesterday when we were talking about the actual Best of British SIG. Didn't have time to finish it during the news show, you see. And what happened was, did the news show, edited that, put that up, and then I thought, oh, I've got another hour. So I quickly finished off actually doing the Best of British SIG, putting everyone's names in it, the music to it, and all the bits and pieces. And it was a case of, well, I might as well tag it on the end. So I pulled the one off of YouTube that had already been up, and then obviously I then re-edited it with it tagged onto the end. So congratulations to everybody who finished off their work on that. You did some great work. It's really nice to see that one. And in a minute, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull everybody's photos and all the bits and pieces from last weekend's turkey shoot one, so I can get that one done. I'll probably edit up that tomorrow, so it'll be on the back end of Monday's vlog and all the rest of it as we make our way through. So yes, it is that time of the year again. Christmas is upon us, so I'm trying to set everything up as we normally do. So a little bit of an extra. We have got our tree now. Traditionally our tree lives there, but as you can see now I've got my computer set up and I have my monitor literally sat that right there. That's how I can read it these days. It swivels. I've got it on a little turntable at the bottom, so I can have it over there or here. So unfortunately I've got no room to put the tree unless I put the tree right here, but the trouble is I tend to obviously reaching for paints and various things like that. It's going to be a pain and get in the way. Alright, so from that point of view it is going to live over here. He says standing on a box is what we need to have a clear out. This is going to be our little advent scene, so we're okay until I need to use a scroll saw or the pillar drill. Okay, so we've got ours there. We've got the little bowls and everything else, and to be honest I've got a new one for this year. Got a big one with Darth Vader, you see, and everything else like that. So we'll be going on with that one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just quickly get this one all set up.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you.
We have our festive tree for this year and all the rest of it. I might try and make a little bit of a base like we did last year, so as we complete the builds we'll be able to then set them up on here. So, and also we are number 3 on the advent calendar, being the 3rd. What do we get today? Oh, we have a little TIE fighter, a little dinky TIE fighter, which I'll put together as well. So there we go, that is getting very festive here and all the rest of it, as you can see. If you're wondering where the baubles, where they come from Game in the UK. The big one came from Primark, I do believe. Okay, for £3, not bad at all. So there we go, there's our little festive tree with our little scene down there. For you guys who are wondering about this, this is the AT-AT. I had a couple of people saying, what are you doing? Did you guys watch news shows? Okay, so I am actually still working. We are detailing up this guy. Probably see a little bit better today. We're going through as well. We're changing nuts and bolts underneath. We've done it to the legs as well. So I've managed to get hold of the correct size nuts and bolts. Down here we've got grommets. Down in those, and we've got these on the other side. As I said, I'm not going to go massively over the top with it. I just wanted to give it a little bit more depth and feeling and everything else. So what I'm going to do is hopefully tomorrow I'll get it finished. I'll edit it into probably like a 10-minute section about rescribing it and all the rest of it, and then what we'll do is get it onto its feet, and then we'll be able to go in a situation of actually getting into paint, and then we're going to show about painting, weathering it, pretty much in the style as it would have got back in the day. Okay, so it would have been that thing about actually just doing standard sort of oil washes techniques with it, and then obviously we can use a little bit of clay wash on it, various things like that. But as you can see, it's a lovely messy job, and everything else down on there and everything else. So there we go. Happy Christmas to everybody as we start our little thing for December. Thank you for all the kind feedback about the Star Wars stuff, and as somebody beautifully summed it up, you don't get much out of building an ISO container, but it was all the weathering and everything else like that that made it a really interesting piece to watch. But as I said, who'd want to see anybody build an ISO container? But we all did. So there we go. I think that sums it up nicely about the sort of ethos for what we do here and everything else. It's not so much the subject, it's what we do with it and how we do with it at the end of the day, which I think is a lovely little touch, and everything else like that. I do have to thank, oh, let me just bring it up. There we go. I do have to thank Jason and Evie for their little message they sent me today about Evie, about getting the inspiration, watching me, and doing things like that as well. That was absolutely lovely. It made my morning. Honestly, I read that this morning, put a big smile on my face with my coffee, and doing it like that. So thank you, Evie, and welcome to the hobby, and I hope you get hooked to it as well. So there we go. That's it from me. Just short and sweet. Catch you all on Monday.